beautiful heart. What's vibing today? I know it's been 4 months. Thank you, Sharon, for reaching out to me and sending me that message. I'm sending you oceans of love and reminding me that, y'all, 4 months have gone by since I've posted a video. Holy cannolis. Life has been busy. How are you guys doing? I have been picking up in the collective energy, definitely the mixed bag of energy, and having a lot of people reach out. So I decided, you know what? It is time to come back to YouTube and start dropping videos for you guys. Again, Sharon, thank you. All right. So let's get into it. Oh, I didn't even introduce myself. Good Lord. Well, if you're new here, you're probably like, what the hell? Anyways, I am Dr. D. I am a metaphysician, energy reader, and the creator of the life-changing protocol, YCAL, Your Cells Are Listening. All right. We're here today. I'm going to break down, yes, this crazy energy that we're under. I know you're feeling it. If you clicked on this video, you're feeling it. And it's been a mixed bag. I'm just going to pick right up where I left you guys. Because back then we were talking about an adventure park that 2025 was every day. You had a full season pass. Forget season. The season was 365 days. That was the season for that pass. And every morning you wake up, get your coffee, your tea, kombucha, whatever. And then before you know it, you're in line for a new adventure park. You have no idea what ride you're about to get on until you're on it, right? 25 was just a big roller coaster, tilt-a-whirl year. And it had purpose. All of that uncomfortability had purpose. And no, it wasn't to beat you up with. The universe, source is not beating you over the head. It's not that you're repeating patterns or similar energy is coming up because you haven't done the work. This energy is increasing. We're at the tail end. At the time that I'm recording this, we're at the tail end of the year of the snake. It is the final shedding. And if you've seen videos or watched how a snake or bearded dragons, reptiles that shed, how they go through this shedding process, and it's not comfortable. It's not easy. Yes, it's natural. Don't be fooled. Just because something's natural doesn't mean it's easy. No, it's not. But sometimes that shed could get stuck and you don't want to go and pull the shed off, but you got to do some things to get it off because it's not good to still be on there. So if you've been feeling uncomfortable, whether it's like a snake shedding skin, or another way to put it is wearing clothes that are too tight. All my Gen Xers out there, you guys remember in the 80s getting the jeans on, painted on, peeled off? That was really a thing. Laying on the bed with the coat hanger around, hooked into the zipper. Or if you were like me, I wore the button up Levi's 501s, trying to get those. You know how uncomfortable you are in clothes that are too tight, right? Same principle. Got it? All right, moving on. So all of this uncomfortability is about growth. So you got to ask yourself, are you in the flow or are you a salmon swimming upstream in a sandpaper bathing suit? In resistance, going against the flow. You might not know it. So let's get into this. Let's see. This energy, the cosmic energy, has been still like an adventure park every day. Now, we are experiencing, you might want to call it timeline shift, split, things like that. It's not that one timeline is collapsing and another is being born. They're simultaneously going on. It's consciousness. So you could, again, not could be, a lot of the experiences that you have been going through, especially think the end of 2025, January, wasn't January a hot one? And now we're 9 days into February. And guys, when I tell you, you have not seen nothing yet. I promise you, the show has just begun. We have not got to the full thing. We have this cosmic energy we're under, the way that the planets are aligned and moving right now. Really got to break it down into which planet is where, what it's doing, because Mercury, Neptune in Ari hasn't happened in over, I don't know, 162 years, something like that. It's been a long time. But some of the other planet setup right now, we've never had it. Well, there's another layer. Some of it hasn't been in over 6,000 years. And then when you put the whole pie together, because these are just pieces of the pie, right? When you put all those pieces into the pie, you put that pie back together, and you look at that, look at it as a whole and go, holy shit, we haven't been here before. We haven't been here before, so go easy on yourself. We're starting this off with go easy on yourself. Why? Because what you feel, you make real. That's what we're all about here. Getting out of our stinky minds with our stinky thoughts that are holding us back, putting us on that loop, and done with the loop. If you're done with the loop, you found your tribe. Hit that button, subscribe, so you get notified when I post. So we've got Mercury in Aries, which is basically the quiet revolution. We have Pluto in Aquarius. Let me see. What else do we have? We've got Saturn in Pisces. Oh, we just had the moon in Scorpio. We've got Jupiter in Cancer. Did y'all pick that up? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, all water signs. Emotion. Any of y'all had your emotions all over the place? Are your emotions on the emotional roller coaster of the adventure park this week? So there is a lot going on. And I am going to do a video on this current energy and where we're heading, because guys, I'm telling you, buckle up, buttercups, expect the unexpected. And remember, what you feel, you make real. So you guys know, who have been watching me for a while, we don't do doubt, we don't do fear, we don't do panic, we don't do any of that over here. We transmute that energy. So if you're in doubt, you've got some fear going on, some anxiety going on about situation in life or certain energies that you keep experiencing, grab some snacks, get some water, speak your intentions into that water, get comfy, because this is not going to be a bam, thank you, ma'am type of reading. Nope, we're going deep. We're going for the long haul, because I'm here to educate you guys. All right. So for those of you that just want me to get to the message and you just want a quick bam, not here. Sorry. Not sorry. All right. Let's keep it going. So those of you who have taken any of my YCal courses or one-on-ones with me, you guys, you know how I flow. I go deep and I go fast. We're not here to gaslight. We're not here to listen to our own BS. No, we pull the layers back on the onion. So remember what I said. What you feel, you make real. You also outpicture everything you think and feel about yourself. I'm going to say that again. You outpicture everything you think and feel about yourself. So how you feel about yourself, you're projecting that out. And your cells have memory. Number two, they have two antennas. One sends out, one receives. What is being broadcasted or outpictured or sent out is the strongest feeling. Now, if you have a thought with that feeling and you're sitting there, whatever that dialogue is going on inside, you've been doing this for a long time. It's a habit. It's okay. No judgment here. We don't do judgment. We don't do the 5 human habits here. Judgment, guilt, condemnation, blame, or shame. Nope, we don't have time for that. What I am saying though is, if that inner dialogue, if you've caught yourself slipping, for those of you who go, I know this, do an internal audit. Where do you have the 5 human habits playing out against yourself? Make sure your inner dialogue is very supportive and uplifting. Your inner dialogue with yourself is the most important conversation you will ever have. And guess what? You're with yourself 24/7. Do you know how much you talk to yourself? Do you? Think about that. Think about that as you go about your day. So again, you want to change your life. You're not liking what you're experiencing right now. And again, with this cosmic energy, a lot of uncomfortable emotion coming up, maybe old memories, things like that. But again, we're facing this timeline shift. That's saying you get a choice. So if you're having energy showing up or childhood memories that maybe aren't your favorite, guys, this isn't about thinking about it, analyzing it. Oh my God, what's wrong now? I thought I worked on this, blah. You did. This energy is now asking you to make a choice, especially since this full moon we just had. This full moon and this energy is asking you, what is your choice? Are you going to stay with the beliefs or the old story because you've had that experience, so it had to be true? Or are you ready to let that go, whatever that is for you, and say, you know what? I've learned my lessons and I've learned them well. I don't need to repeat that. I am ready for new. And guess what? The new, it doesn't come with a banner. There's no big announcement, nothing like that. It's your daily, step by step, what you're doing in the now, in your daily life. Because what you're thinking and feeling now and speaking and doing, you're creating your experiences for tomorrow. So be very mindful of that. With that, who is that critic inside that doesn't stop talking? But have you noticed that the critic only plays the same stuff over and over again? Yes, because it's a program. What do we call that program over here? Altered ego. Yes, it could be shadow, what have you. But an altered ego, not your friend. Nope. So yes, my dear, you are your biggest enemy, which is altered ego. And what I mean by you are your biggest enemy, I'm speaking in the context of that inner dialogue going on. That inner dialogue is truly writing your reality and running your life. It's truth. It is. But the good news is you can change that. All right, let's get into the cards. Ready? We're starting off with the 9 of Cups, 2 of Wands, the Sun, the High Priestess, and the 6 of Swords. So 9 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. So the 2 of Swords is looking at the 9 of Cups. Remember what I was talking about, that in every now moment you have a choice. And to get a little bit more specific for this energy, let's say there's a situation going on in your life, whether it's in a personal relationship, a friendship, something going on at work, family, whatever. There's a situation going on, And it's similar to something that you've experienced before. Are you noticing yourself with an inner dialogue on repeat, immediately recalling how it worked out before and oh my God, are you ready to plan your defense or whatever? Write that story, so to speak. This is where I'm saying you have a choice. You can buy into that story by continuing to play that out, or you have the choice in the moment to go, no, you know what? That coin is basically, think of it as your medal for overcoming or getting this far with the self-mastery work that you've been doing. Because if you haven't been doing it, then, and you're still watching me and listening to me, you might be pretty triggered right now, but that's okay. When we get triggered, it truly is to bring us back to ourselves. So if you're triggered, just hang out a bit. You need this. But if you don't want to hang out, don't hang out. No hate, sending you nothing but love. I got nothing but love for you, baby. All right. Next after that, we have the Sun, the High Priestess, and Six of Swords. You have the choice to make of doing something that moves you closer to being in alignment with your purpose or your desires, things like that. When you're stuck in replay mode of the past or what's happened or whatever, you are drifting further away from what you want to manifest or your new life. Why? Because if you're in the old story, it's the old energy. Anytime an old story starts playing, guess what? You're in that energy. So making the choice, you have that option. Now again, just know this. If you're not ready to make a new choice, that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. This journey is individual. We're all on the journey, but we're at different phases in our own timelines. So no comparing, none of that. Any type of comparison or who's over here or this, that, you're not going to elevate with that mentality. Honor where you're at, because for your purpose, your authenticity, for you to be able to share what you're here to share, you need to have these experiences. And sometimes you need to hang out a little bit more in the story. Guys, you cannot transmute what you will not confront. So if you know that you're not quite ready to make the other choice and you're working with the story or what have you, honor that and just be like, you know what? No, there's something I need right here. You will know when you don't need it anymore. Then you make the decision. Then come back and watch the video or keep watching. Doesn't matter. Point is making a new choice, disciplining yourself to really watch your thoughts and your words and your actions. And I will be the first one to fucking admit, yes, I said fucking, I'm trying to behave. Fucking admit, that's not easy. Why is it not easy? You can have all the greatest intentions in the world, but your subconscious has a habit. And with all of this cosmic energy, it's bringing that stuff up that has been stuck at that cellular level and coming up for, hey, this new chapter, this new timeline, you can't take that stuff with you. It is a full body upgrade, as all the way down to the cellular level. Why? Because everything is energy. And the old way, the old timeline was dense. Anyways, I digress. what you are looking for, what you want, wants you, but you have to make the decision to go towards it. And to go towards it doesn't mean that you're chasing it. No, you are in the process of becoming in alignment so that can find you and magnetize to you. Remember at the beginning, I said there are 2 antennas in your cells. And just so, I was going to go into female and male, but no, not going there right now. What I want to say is your emotional side of life, the feminine side of life, is magnetic. It draws to you, it magnetizes to you your beliefs, what you believe, what you think and feel, what you are in vibrational alignment with. You can manifest being a millionaire when your thoughts, feelings, and vibrations are still in lack. It's just not going to happen because it is a completely different vibration. And for those of you who go, I know so-and-so. Well, does so-and-so still have all the money? Just saying. Anyways, not here for that. All right. Your happiness is in front of you, meaning you do need to be happy now. And happy now could just be going, you know what? I'm going to accept where I'm at. Man, I really have had some crappy dialogue with myself. You know what? I need to knock that off. You know what? Tonight, I'm going to look in the mirror. I'm going to, all I'm hearing is whisper sweet nothings to myself. Hey, do that. But practice that new dialogue. Just speak to yourself like you would your best friend. Unless you beat the crap out of your best friend verbally when they're going through stuff, then you might have more to look into than what I'm addressing right now, but that's okay. You boo. This first row is so clear. Again, give you the visual. 9 of Cups, 2 of Wands, making a new choice. What happens when you make a new choice? The Sun. Why? Because it's the High Priestess energy. The High Priestess knows. She goes bug. She is not in her head looking at this going, oh my God, what do I do? I better phone a friend and ask what I got to do. Oh my God, let me go read another book. Oh, let me do this. Let me ask you, are you done doing? Haven't you been doing enough? This energy is asking you to leave the forcing, the pushing. The old way isn't going to work anymore. You've got to learn new habits. But before you can learn those new habits, you need to learn your own energy. After you stop listening to your inner critic, because again, your inner critic will never be supportive. It will never tell you good things. Why? Because that's not how it was created. It was created out of those times when you were younger. 0 to 7, our brains are in theta state. Theta state means it's like constant record. It's not filing anything. It's like a sponge in theta state and just absorbing everything through all the senses. And remember, everything's frequency and vibration. So it picks that up. If you think back to when you were younger, say you got in trouble for something, it doesn't even have to be you. Let's just look at a small child. They're curious. They're exploring their world. And there's a hot stove. They go to put their hand on the hot stove. The adult sees it, freaks out. We as adults know why the adult's freaking out, doesn't want the child to get hurt. But the child is in theta state going, ooh, let me see, right? It's trying to learn. As it goes to do that, the adult smacks the hand away, yells, whatever it does, the child picks it up as energy. It picks up on that fear energy. How does that get internalized and written on your cells? Think about each time you've done something and when you were younger and you got in trouble. Did you ever find yourself crying in your room? I'm talking sobbing, snot blowing, coming down, blowing bubbles, whatever. But in your head, you're either talking about you being stupid or you not liking so-and-so. Whatever's going on there, there's that dialogue, right? Why does that dialogue come up at certain times? Similar energy. It's triggered by energy. And because the way that it was written and the story you've been feeding it, when you're in your shitty dialogue, just keeps reinforcing it. Doesn't mean it's truth. That's what I'm saying. Guys, you really can rewrite the synapses in your brain. It's got to start with your thoughts and watch your feelings. So if you have been experiencing these old emotions, these old thoughts, and you're feeling trapped, this heavy, dense energy, get really honest with yourself. This King of Swords energy, just get honest. Whatever fear is holding you back, and you might not even recognize it as fear, but whatever it is, your new beginning, your new passion project, and this is a general reading, so it's going to be different for each of you. For some of you, it's relationship. Some of you, it's career. Some of you, it's entrepreneurship. So get in where you fit in. Don't force the story to fit ever. It either resonates or it doesn't, but put it where it needs to go in your timeline, in your story. You don't need a lot to get started at all. You just got to start. You're not going to know how strong you are until you commit to walking this path. Because again, you're not alone. I feel like right now I'm talking to somebody who is spiritually connected. You're connected to spirit guides, angels, whatever it is for you. So you're not alone. You have cosmic help. But you're not really nurturing that relationship. This card is the Pact. And I read intuitively. But I feel like maybe recently, the past couple months, past 4 months or so, you've been going through this transition where all of your routines, you're not really doing the routines you used to do, things like that. So your protocols are off, it feels like. So work on those relationships with your listening, the angels, the ascended masters, and talk to them. Especially the angels, they like to help. They like us to interact with them. They like to help on our behalf, but we have to speak to them first. We have to ask. Wow, 40 minutes. Holy moly. Hey, if you're still here, you're a real one. If you're still here, as I'm gonna pull these next cards, drop a sun emoji in the comments. All right. Ace of Chalices, Ace of Cups. Look, everything you want is on the other side of this resistance. And I don't even feel it's true resistance. I just feel like somehow, I don't know, you took a left at Albuquerque and you should have taken a right. And you took a pit stop. Death. Yep. It's time for the new you to step forth. And that's okay if you don't know who you are yet. That's okay. It's not like you go through this transition or this metamorphosis and all of a sudden you wake up one day and just go, oh, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, it gets hard. So inch by inch. If every day you feel different to yourself or look different, or you feel like you're changing every day, honor that. That's a good thing. That truly is a good thing. And that's really what you want. Because again, you're here for the experience. You took the hard classes first. Let's just break it down that way. You didn't ease into this. You took the hard classes first. So you've learned all those lessons. You now know, oh, wait a minute. Now that I've graduated from the bullshit, I don't need the bullshit for where I'm going. I just need what's in me because I am presence. It's within me. And all of this now, and even me, I'm not teaching you anything you don't already know. I'm helping unlock your memories so you can access them. You are being called to choose. You are choosing to be on this 5D timeline. Your whole life is about to change. It is about to be completely different. New passion projects, like the food, what you eat is going to change. You may be changing up not just your wardrobe, maybe what makeup you wear, skincare, hair care, scents are changing. Maybe you have the urge to purge through the house and completely redecorate, what have you. That is right for you. Follow that. That's what this timeline is about. You're not going to be able to think your way through. The more you try to think, because that's the old way, that's the 3D way, the more you try to do that, the worse you're going to feel. That is going to be your first clue right there. Because this timeline, it's about feeling it in your body. How does your body respond? How does it feel? You feel your way through. Over here in this timeline, we don't doubt our intuition. Why? Because we spent decades learning we were fucking right the whole time. Right? You who doubted yourself, you have enough stars on the shelf to go, oh, I was right that time, right again. So you're right. You don't need anybody outside of you to validate if you're right or not. You need to validate you. Because again, it's only your thoughts and feelings about your life and your body, your reality, that is going to shape your reality. Bottom line. So this energy is saying, choose you. Trust your intuition, trust you, all of that back there, everything that you went through, it got you here. It is not going to get you any further, all right? From here on out, welcome to the new timeline. Welcome, welcome. Over here, we have fun. Over here, we're creative. Over here, we know that we need to be in alignment. We don't chase, we magnetize. And we practice that on a daily basis. We are the evidence of that. All right? Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If that resonated with you, please make sure you like, subscribe, leave me a comment, share the video, and I look forward to bringing you more videos soon. All right, namaste. Bye-bye.